Okay, let's talk about how to get confident on camera. Whether you are talking about creating YouTube videos, doing live streams, doing webinars, interviews, Zoom meetings, even getting on television. Being confident on camera comes down to two things. It comes down to some really practical mindset tools and some really tactical approaches. So even if you think this is not me, I'm just not good on camera, I'm an introvert, whatever it is, whatever story you're telling yourself right now, I want you to know that it's possible for you. In fact, if I can go from literally peeing my pants at the idea of being on a stage or being in front of a camera or being in the spotlight in any way, shape, or form to loving it and being able to dance out on stages, you can too. I'm Tara Wagner, breakthrough coach and lifelong entrepreneur. I help other entrepreneurs master the mindset and the skills to crush their goals, not their soul. If that sounds like your jam, give this video a thumbs up and be sure to check out the other videos on my channel after this one. Be sure to also check out the free 5-day Get Out of Your Own Way challenge linked in the description below to help you overcome the obstacles and reach your goals faster. So I'm gonna walk you through the 8 things that you need to have and do to get genuinely confident on camera. And I'm not talking about phony confidence. I'm not talking about bottling up your nerves for later. I'm talking about actually feeling good. And again, I wanna reiterate, I used to be so nervous about being in any sort of spotlight that I would pee my pants. I would get nauseous. My throat would close up to the point where I could not breathe, let alone speak. So how did I go from there to being completely comfortable in front of a camera, whether it is creating a video like this or being on a live stream or doing an interview with somebody? I feel totally comfortable in that situation because of the work that I've done. The very first time I had to confront this, I was invited to be a green living expert. I was no expert on the Ricky Lake Green Show. And I had 3 weeks to figure out how to overcome these nerves and how to be confident on that stage and in front of that camera. And not only did I go out there feeling good, I went out there feeling great. I was able to dance out on that stage and have a blast. Ricky actually came up to me after the show in a public area. She ran into me and said, "You were amazing, that was so great." To get that kind of feedback after 3 weeks previously peeing my pants just at the idea of it, I want you to understand that if I can do that, that you can do this work too. It's gonna be challenging. There are some things you need to do and that you need to have, but once you get them into place, you can develop this. It can become a skill no matter where you're at now. So let's jump in with the very first thing you need to have. You must have a clear why, a reason for doing what you're doing. Why is it important? What is this leading to? What is this going to create for you? What's the purpose behind it for you? When I do the 5-day Get Out of Your Own Way challenge, one of the exercises that I have people do every day is the why exercise, which is just looking at our underlying motivations. Because the more we look at them, the more we talk about them, the more excited we get for them, the more driven and motivated we are to overcome the uncomfortable barriers that we're gonna run into as we're on our way. Most people think that they need to get comfortable and then take action. But what I'm asking you to do is just get motivated, get driven so that you can take those uncomfortable actions, because only uncomfortable actions will actually see us through to the end. Comment below and share your reasons why you want to get comfortable on camera. Is it to get a message across? Is it to build a business? Is it to help people? Is it to help yourself? What reasons do you have to want to feel good in front of a camera? The next thing you need to have is a clear who. And here's what I mean by this. When you're feeling nervous, are you focusing on the naysayers or the people that might judge you? Or are you focusing on the people who need what it is that you're sharing? Whether you're sharing a story, you're sharing a tip, you're sharing a how-to, who are you focusing on? Wherever we put our focus, whoever we put that focus on is the people we're going to serve, the people we're going to reach, but it's also going to dictate how we feel. You're going to feel much more confident when you're focusing on the person that you're there to support or help or inspire or educate than you will if you are focusing on the people who are not going to be happy with what you're doing no matter what you're doing, right? There's always going to be those people who are just cranky, having a bad day, and going to take it out on you. Focus on them. Feel bad. focus on the right people who need the work that you're doing, you're gonna feel much better. One way that you can help yourself focus on these people is to actually get a picture that represents these people and put it up by your camera. This way you can constantly remind yourself, I'm talking to these people. The next thing you get to have is a clear picture, specifically a clear picture of how you want to show up. What do you want to feel? How do you want to stand? How do you want to hold yourself? What do you want to sound like? What does your best self look like in front of the camera? Take a moment and really picture that. This is something I teach really deeply within the inner circle, because when you really understand how your best self shows up, then you can start learning how to align with that best self. So picture for yourself, how do you want to be on camera? What does that look like for you, your energy, your personality, the vibe that you want to bring? And then what can you do to start cultivating that now? Next, you need to have a clear outline of what you want to say. Now, there are two ways that you can do this. Some people will script the entire thing and use a teleprompter to go through it. And I highly recommend that if you feel like you're gonna get tongue twisted or you're gonna have a hard time keeping your thoughts straight. There's nothing wrong with that, because it's gonna give you the experience and the practice. It's gonna take that piece of it out of it so you can focus on perfecting the other pieces. And then when you get really good at just feeling good or communicating, then you can start working on taking that script down to a set of bullet points, just talking points that you can riff off of. Even when you're doing this, I still recommend that you try the teleprompter. This way you keep your bullet points right in front of you and you're able to focus on the camera, focus on what you want to say without having to go back and forth and lose the fluidity of your speech. Okay, so you have your why, you have your who, you have your picture, you have your outline. The thing that's gonna come next is to look the part. We all know that there's a big difference between how we feel in our pajama pants and slippers and how we feel in an outfit that makes us feel good. Something that's comfortable, but that brings out our best boss self, right? So you've got your boss shoes on, you've got the pants that you know you look good in, you've got a top that feels good, you've got your hair done, you've got your makeup done. If you wear makeup, you've got what you want to help you to feel your best. This is not about looking like someone else. This is not about worrying about how you look. This is just about taking that away as a distraction. The better you feel in what you're wearing, the better you're going to be able to show up as that visualization that you created earlier. Along these same lines, you want to make sure that you have a background that you feel good about and that you have lighting that accentuates you. Because let me tell you, nothing will rob you of your confidence like getting in front of a camera that shows every flaw and that makes you look like you don't even look in real life. The lighting that you're gonna get on a camera can completely destroy your confidence. It's like getting one of those mirrors that shows all of your pores. You never feel so vulnerable or so gross as when you can see things that you don't normally see with the naked eye. So you wanna make sure that your setting is set up in a way that, again, it's not going to distract from what it is that you're trying to do, the message that you're trying to convey, the people that you're trying to connect with. All right, once you look the part and your environment looks the part, now you get to practice the part. And I want you to practice this in every situation that you can. If you're driving in the car, if you're getting ready in the morning, if you're doing the dishes, whatever it is, practice your outline, practice your intros, practice how you want to respond if certain situations come up. Practice it till you perfect it. I'm not a fan of fake it till you make it. I am a fan of practice it till you perfect it. The more you do this, the more it's gonna start to feel natural when it comes time to actually do it. All right, we've talked about the 4 things you need to have, the 2 parts you need to focus on. Now we need to talk about the 2 things you need to gain. The first thing you need to gain is momentum. This means before you get in front of the camera, you want to get yourself into the mood, into the flow, because the more you increase the energy ahead of time, the more you're going to bring that energy into the camera. So this means put your shoulders back, put a smile on your face, pep yourself up, put yourself in a superhero stance. Maybe you're going to dance, you're going to move, you're going to sing, you're going to play, you're going to laugh. Anything you can do to help yourself feel really good before that camera starts rolling. The more natural you feel before you start, the more natural you're gonna feel as you start. So get out of your head, get out of the worry and the thoughts and what are people thinking and all of the stuff that's creating the nerves, and just start getting into your body. Just start moving, getting yourself feeling really good, pumping yourself up, being silly, being ridiculous just to get yourself laughing, and then get on camera with that energy. The second thing to gain is real experience. You don't get to feel good and then go and do the thing. You're never going to completely eradicate the nerves until you take the action. I want you to remember this. If you want to change the way you feel, you need to change your actions, your habits, your environment, your circumstances. You need to actually change the external and not just focus on the internal. I talk all the time about the fact that it's not mindset first, it's mindset while. As you focus on your mindset while taking the right actions, practicing the way that you want to show up, that's when the change is going to start to come. Mindset work starts the process, but real life experience in front of a camera is what's going to really lock it in. Now, if you would like more help with this, make sure to check out that free 5-day Get Out of Your Own Way challenge, because I go through mindset while, meaning we look at some really practical strategies and we look at some really practical mindset work that you get to do to be able to get unstuck and make more progress on your goals. If you found this video helpful, I would love your help with a thumbs up. Comment below to let me know what you thought, or to share any of your own tips on how to be confident on camera. And if you're brand new here, consider subscribing and checking out the other videos on my channel as well. Fist bump in the comments if you made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.